So I had this dream. I had this dream that I was at the house that I was raised in. And even though I couldn't really see who was all in the house, I know that I was sitting in the living room. Got up and went to the kitchen, and my ex was in the kitchen cooking. For some reason, he felt the need to prove to me in this dream that he could cook gourmet food. You know, had a little chef thing going on and everything, you know. But the kitchen still looked like that old kitchen. But it was something about the food that was upgraded, you know. It was something about, like, the food didn't belong in that kitchen. The man of the house, I didn't see. But I can't get out the fact that it was based around that house, which I think is strange. So no matter how much I was, you know, a part of me was trying to figure out, why was my ex, what is he doing in this kitchen trying to fix a meal? You know, it's certain parts of the house, because that house has been transformed over the years. You know, it's certain parts of that house that's not there today that was showing up in the dream. Old stuff, you know. But this particular ex, you know, I thought it was weird how he just felt content to fix this gourmet food in this raggedy ass kitchen. You know, so, you know, even though I looked at the food and I even went in the refrigerator, and when I opened the refrigerator, the food that was in the refrigerator was molded. It was very old. It was like rotten. You know, and it made me look around at everything else. And it was rotten too. It was kind of almost like the house hadn't been used, but it was operating. It was weird. But yet, when I look back towards the stove, even the bathroom that was by that kitchen that no longer is there today was there. But when I look back at that stove, you know, he was standing there, and it just looked it fresh and upgraded, and the meal just looked it so good. I ain't gonna lie. You know, but something wouldn't, and you know, I don't recall him trying to get me to taste it. But I can say that he was definitely letting me know that it was just for me. And he was fixing it. You know, I kind of swarmed around back and forth from the living room to the kitchen, you know, in the dream. But I never ate the food. I never recalled tasting it, nor even seeing it on an actual plate. It was just being cooked on the stove, you know. So, you know, I get up and, you know, I wake up from the dream, and I honestly forget that I have the dream. You know, it really, until I spoke to someone that triggered it, made me think about it. And I was able to speak about it like, you know, it was so fresh, you know, because it was very vivid. It was just, you know, I don't know how, it just slipped my mind when I woke up. It wasn't a big deal. Not like most dreams in that situation, because when I wake up from a dream that vivid, yeah, normally I'm up talking about it. I'm excited about it. I'm either upset about it. It just depends on the dream. But this one, I kind of got up and, you know, shrugged and went on. Didn't even think about it until I had a conversation on the phone, and it triggered it. So this conversation triggers, and it makes me think back to all the other dreams that I've had. that was based around that house. Different dreams, but the same house. You know, tornadoes chasing only me. You know, little weird stuff only happening to me in that house, in the dream. And most of it circled around the kitchen area. Like even if, you know, like me even going in the kitchen, looking out the window at the tornado that was looking for me in a dream to turn me up. It was just weird stuff, you know. This was over the years, me being a child growing up in that house type shit. Those type of dreams. So, you know, anyway, I go on with my day, but I kind of realized that, you know, and I get to work, and then I check my email. Got a friend's request. I got a friend's request from the same ex, you know, that's in the dream, that was cooking in the kitchen. The same ex. Which I thought was like strange. Especially because I know I haven't talked to him. You know, he can even vouch for that. But it's like, then it was doubled, you know. It was an aha moment to me in a way. But yeah, it's still kind of like, what the heck is happening here? So, you know, God tells me, I'll show you in a minute. I'm going to let you feel it just a little bit. And I still don't quite get it. But I know that I was led to take a spiritual bath last night because of all of this, the way all of this played out. So I took a spiritual bath. And when I got out that tub, you know, especially when you know that you get in the tub, because you know how to take a spiritual bath, you got to get in there clean, you know, as far as your, you know. But when I got out the tub and I seen what I saw, it broke my heart. It broke my heart because what happened was it made me realize how much, you know, somebody trying to get my exes to return or something. You know, because it's not just one. It's a few. And I don't understand that randomly out of the sky. Like I'm just going to take the bait or naive or something. I don't know. But I'm definitely noticing that all of a sudden it's a group. It's not just one. It's a group of exes that are somehow trying to connect with me, right? But anyway, I took that spiritual bath and I shrugged that other stuff off. I ain't even react to it because I thought it was kind of strange, you know? Especially like it was too much at once, almost like somebody did something and did a little too much to where it just came out like a guap instead of in portion or something. Looks very obvious. So someone was up to no good. But so it just, you know, when I seen that shit in the tub, I'm going to keep it real. It made me feel some type of way because it made me realize how somebody is going out of their way to attack me so bad. And I barely talk to anybody outside of myself. So I almost don't see why, you know. So I get out and I'm good, and, you know. I shrug that off. I give it to God and I keep on pushing as usual. But when I lay down, it's like it's soon. It was weird because it was right before I laid down. It was like something locked on to my back on the opposite side. Now, we grown here. I don't stretch all the time like I should, you know. So, of course, I'm going to have, you know, those moments, you know. But, nah, this was random when I say that 1 minute I was sitting there, and the next minute I dropped something on the floor. So I reached down to get it. And when I raised back up, it was like something was latched on to me. And it felt like pain, a lot of like, it was in the fact, when my back starts to hurt, it's a particular area where it hurts. I'm used to it, for different reasons, different seasons, But where it was hurting was extremely different. It was unusual. I've never felt the pain. Well, I don't say I ain't never felt it over there before, but no, it was not normal. Definitely stood out, but me not really looking into it more than what, just a back pain. I laid on down with a heating pad. I just grabbed a heating pad and, used it on my back. But I found myself tossing and turning, trying to be comfortable, and could not be comfortable. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't be comfortable for anything up until almost the sun came up. The sun came up, and this is crazy because I was very sleepy. I was very tired. I was very uncomfortable, though, trying to go to sleep. I couldn't. Something wouldn't let me sleep. I felt like I had this sharp pain in the right side of my back, in a place that I could not get any relief. That's what bothered me, because I couldn't get any relief. And I even with my normal back pains, I tend to find relief. a comfort spot, something to sit still on or whatever, it depends. But in this case, there was none. There was no relief, none at all. And it just locked on to me. And I looked up and I noticed I noticed the sun coming up under the curtain, under the curtain. So I went ahead and got my flowers and put them down, the pots down around the curtain, just to, because I knew that by the time I fell asleep, it was going to be time for me to put them out, and I wasn't going to be able to take care of my babies. So I went ahead and put those two down, But I just, went ahead and took me some Tylenol after that, because I realized I had been up for so long, restless, and that's how time went by. And it really didn't seem like it went by slow, to be honest. It really went by faster than I would assume for it to go, especially being in that type of uncomfortableness or discomfort, call it how you want. I pick my words how I want. But, when the sun came, once I was able to finally find comfort. And I was able to finally doze off to sleep. I was able to sleep enough, of course, to give me a decent amount of rest. Get on up and get stuff going. But it's just something about that. And then after the fact, something, I felt like, I couldn't control my mouth today. The things that I know that I should just keep to myself came out today. And it may have hurt some people. And I may have said some things that upset some people today. I didn't take a bar to none, today. A bar none. And I'm laughing about it, but it ain't funny, because I really feel kind of bad about my actions. I can't blame no one but me. And I own that. I feel like something worked through me, but I'm not gonna make that no excuse for my actions. So I apologize to any of the people that I have said anything to today that could have crossed you the wrong way, could have hurt your feelings, or made you feel some type of way. That ain't my aim. And you know, everybody don't have good days all the time. But I didn't wake up feeling bad. But I didn't wake up feeling anything. I woke up with another mindset of seeing what I saw and not knowing how to keep it to myself. You know, getting a message and letting it overwhelm me so much, so fast, and not having anyone to really just talk to about it, allowing me to blow off the wrong way. I react ways that I shouldn't. I'm not perfect. Not making no excuses. And I apologize for my actions. You know, if that's what it means to have the devil ride your back, I can say I've experienced that. I don't know what that is, because I haven't even felt a pinch of pain in my back since I woke up. But I know that when I woke up, my mouth gave out some pain. My little thumb thugging probably gave out some pain. And I want to own to my faults. I want to say I'm wrong when I'm wrong, and I was wrong. And I'm sorry for that. And I may not be able to speak that to the people that I've said something fucked up to. Me defending myself or reacting does not mean that I have to be doing it in the way that I did it. Not at all. You know, two wrongs don't make a right. So I asked God to give me some words to say. And when I opened the Bible, this is where he took me. And I'm not going to lie, I own my faults. I'm not right when I'm not right. And I have to pay my dues as well. Psalms 88. O Lord, God of my salvation, I have cried out day and night before you. Let my prayer come before you. Incline your ear to hear my cry. For my soul is full of troubles, and my life draws near to the grave. I am counted with those who go down to the pit. I am like a man who has no strength, adrift among the dead, like the slain who lie in the grave, whom you remember no more, and whom you are cut off from your hand. You have laid me with the lowest pit, in darkness in the depths. Your wrath lies heavy upon me, and you have afflicted me with all your waves. You have put away my iniquities far from me. You have made me an abomination to them. I am shut up, and I cannot get out. My eye wastes away because of affliction. Lord, I have called daily upon you. I have stretched out my hand to you. Will you work wonders for the dead? Shall the dead arise and praise you? Shall your loving kindness be declared in the grave, or your faithfulness in the place of destruction? Shall your wonders be known in the dark, and your righteousness in the land of forgetfulness? But to you I have cried out, O Lord, and in the morning my prayer becomes before you. Lord, Why do you cast off my soul? Why do you hide your face from me? I have been afflicted and ready to die from my youth. I suffer your terrors. I am distraught. Your fierce wrath has gone over me. Your terrors have cut me off. They come around me all day long like water. They engulfed me altogether. Loved one and friend, you have put far from me and my iniquities into darkness. Psalms 88. See, I know how to own what I do own. I'm not perfect. And just because I can do right 7 times out of 10, what about the last 3? I fuck up too. And I'm sorry to anybody that I may have said anything to. It hurt them. And, yeah. I just wanted to get that message out, you know, and the way I feel about this. I know that I could do this. I don't have to go on camera to do this, but, you know, I don't feel like, I just don't feel like I have to hold that in. I want to speak that out loud, and maybe one day they'll understand my pain too. But I know when I'm wrong, that don't mean 2 wrongs make a right. And just because others do me a certain way don't mean do it back. And I'm not that type of person, so I'm sorry. I'ma go.